Joseph Park.
And good evening, everyone. Welcome to the Pro Baseball Experience, Season 27 Major League World Series. Hope everybody's having a good weekend so far. I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer. Got a lot of great games in store for you. Some wonderful teams here tonight. Real Cinderella story versus the reigning champions. We're going to have to see how this plays out. But before we get started, let me bring on my co-hosts here. Starting off with my former GM and fellow Sim Team member, Rabbit Sponge. How's it going, Rabbit Sponge?
Yo, what up?
Well, what up to you as well? And also welcome to our lovable commissioner and former teammate, Hummus God. How's it going, Hummus God?
Couple of my former teammates here. Not feeling amazing, but the show must go on. Shout out to OBX for trying to get a back-to-back after winning their first World Series ever last season. And yeah, shout out to my Apex for making it and being here. This is huge.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't sound good. Sorry about that, y'all. I'm gonna try to fight through it because my team needs me. So.
Yeah, I had to do a lot of talking yesterday as well, so my voice feels a little raspy too. So everybody bear with both of us here. We're going to try and get through these matches here for you tonight. But before we get started, I have some great information here from our wonderful stats team about tonight's matches. And before we get into doing any predictions or anything like that, let me take just a minute here and cover all these. I want to thank Leatherneck Mike, Casey Colby, Unconfident, and the rest of the stats team for getting all of these together here for us. Starting off with the Outer Banks Aviators are returning to their 6th World Series and 2nd in a row to play the Indianapolis Apex, who are playing in their first Fall Classic. The season series was split evenly 2-2, but OBX narrowly held the run differential advantage by just 3 runs. There will likely not be too many home runs in this series, as both pitching staffs prevent home runs very well, while both ranking 6th in their respective conferences for hitting home runs. And for the Aviators here specifically, we have the Aviators this season were incredibly strong, finishing with the top record in their conference for the 4th season in a row. The Aviators have no real weaknesses, as they are ranked 2nd in WOBA, extra base hits, and 1st in total runs scored. The offense was led by third-year Aviator designated hitter Mike Latoris, who led the PBE in doubles with 55 and led OBX in OPS Plus with 143. Their pitching was also magnificent, as they had the second-best Legends Conference ERA, with the best bullpen ERA at 2.34. All of their relievers were outstanding, but Flame McDonald was especially outstanding with a 1.40 ERA. McDonald during the playoffs, however, has been much different, as he currently has an 11.25 ERA and 2 losses. And for the Apex, we have, while the Apex are known for their pitching and defense, they also had a very potent offense this season, finishing 2nd in the Champions Conference with for WOBA runs scored and extra base hits. Of course, the Apex pitching and defense were still elite as they had the #1 ranked starter and bullpen ERA, allowing the least amount of runs in the Champions Conference. They also had the #1 zone rating in PBE at plus 18.0. Wow. Reliever of the year, hopeful Eric Bolanos, had a 2.01 ERA this season, and in 2 appearances against OBX this season pitched 5.2 shutout innings, collecting a save. So there we go. So that is the great stats from our wonderful stats team to get us started here tonight. Let's see here, let me take a look at this. Oh, that is weird. Hold on just a second. They're saying here my screen is not shared. I thought it was shared. Let me try this again. There we go. Now it looks like it's shared. Sorry both of you about that. But we do have some great games here for you tonight. Starting off with our first matchup and game #1 here, where we have Doug Dangley versus Race Funk. And I do believe we do have some specific information on those pitchers here. So let's take a look here at Doug Dangley. Dangley did not face OBX this season. However, Dangley struggled mightily on the road as he had a 6.44 ERA and gave up 11 of his 18 home runs away from the Brickyard. OPX will look to take advantage of Dangley's road struggles in game #1. And for Race Funk, we have former pitcher of the year and undefeated man himself, Race Funk, will pitch OBX's first road game. Overall, Funk regressed from his previous season, was one of the best of all time, but he was still serviceable, putting up a 114 ERA plus and a 1.9 WAR. During the playoffs, Funk has been much better, with a 150 ERA plus and a 2-0 record with 3 starts so far. So there's the info on our starters for tonight, and we're going to pull up our matchups here and take a look at these. And if somebody from the mod team wants to go ahead and get a prediction going on this first game, we'll go ahead and...
It's already going.
It's already going. Okay, great. Well, let's take a look at that here. So we have... who will take Game 1 of the World Series? Right now, we have about 2 minutes remaining on the time. Apex have 73%, 10.6K, Outer Banks 4K, 27%. And while that's going, let's talk about Game 1. Any predictions from either one of you as to how this is going to turn out with both of these starting pitchers?
I mean, Race Funk has had an amazing season in season 20. Yeah, it's just a really good pitcher. Dangley definitely did not have a good season 27 at all. Actually was one of the worst pitchers in our rotation. So, going to need Dangley to step up for sure if you need the Apex to win. A lot of pressure on both pitchers for sure.
Absolutely. Taking a look at our matchups here, we do have, looks like 7 on the OBX side for batting, only 2 for the Apex. But the Apex do have the advantage here with Doug Dangley over Race Funk. Let's see, Dangley is at 74 versus 63 for Race Funk. So a decent advantage here for Dangley starting off. But, Race Funk has, even though, like you said before, the season currently hasn't been the greatest for some of these pitchers, Race Funk has had several great seasons before this as well. So, hopefully everything's on the line here. Get the #1 start, Game 1. We're going to have to see how this goes here. But looks like we have about 30 seconds left on the predictions. If you want to go ahead and spend some of your well-earned challenge points here towards betting on your favorite team, Apex right now at 58%, Aviators 42%. And about 15 seconds left to go ahead and get those predictions in. So far, it looks like we have about 23,000 channel points in here for game #1. And I also want to, I didn't mention this earlier, but I want to thank Super Casual Football League for rating us earlier. Thank you so much, TLK and the SCFSL, for joining us for the Major League World Series. We appreciate it. All right, just waiting on the predictions to finish out here, and we'll go ahead and get started with game #1. All right, there we go. So, right now, Apex, 49%, Outer Banks, 51%. About as close as you can get here in game #1. So we're going to go ahead and get started, and I guess I'll go do innings 1 through 3. We'll have Rabbit do 4 through 6, and Hummus finish this out for game #1. So, leadoff batter here is going to be Johnny Tsunami. And here we go. Season 27, Major League World Series, game number 1.
Out of the park.
And Brainchild, thank you very much for the subscription. 13 months for Brainchild. And we're going to get a leadoff base hit here for Johnny Tsunami. And a line drive towards right field, sliding catch there, and that's going to be an out. Tsunami still at first. Here comes Jimbo Slice, and that'll be a base hit. And Johnny going over to third, and we have runners at the corners now for Dustin Parmalee. And we get a steal here from Jimbo Slice. Runners at 2 runners in scoring position. We do get a strikeout from Parmalee, but that'll bring up Ben Dover with 2 outs. Ben Dover to the third baseman. Can he beat out the throw? No. They're going to get him, leaving both runners stranded. We're going to move now to the bottom of the first. OBX up now. And this will be a line drive to the second baseman for Dub City. Out number 1, Dratchenberg to the first base, and they're going to bobble it, and that's going to be a fumble bumble.
Fumble bumble.
Our first error of the World Series. And we're going to get a walk here as well. And that'll bring up Bergen Cannon, 2 on, 1 out. Rabbit Sponge subscribing for 8 months. Thank you, Rabbit. And that's going to score a run here. And no, it did not score a run. They got him out. And that will score a run. And that's going to be an RBI single here. We'll put OBX on the board, 1-0. Mike Latoris getting them the lead here. This one's going to be a flyout to right field, and that will retire the side, leaving 2 runners stranded. But OBX gets 1. Top of the second we go. Apex. Sailor Twift. And this is over towards left field. That will be caught. Out number 1. Jody Quinn. Jody Quinn's going to get thrown out for out number 2. And now Eagle Eyes. Past the shortstop, and that's going to be a base hit with 2 outs. Cold hitter Wonder Franco coming up now. Wonder. And this is going to be a flyout towards left field, and that retires the side. Bottom of the second we go, still 1th on OBX. Leadoff strikeout here from Linus Riverboat, and that'll bring up Tex Walker. Walker over the left side, and that is a home run, a single run blast. And that is going to make it 2-0 now. OBX taking their lead even a little bit further. And this one's to the gap in the left side, and Tyler Swift will get on with a base hit. And to the gap in center for Dub City. And now we have Toronto going to third. And did they get... No, they did not get them. Runners in the corners, and we're getting a steal here at second. And that's going to be safe as well. Dratchenberg, 2 runners in scoring position. Juices are based here for Willie Colon. Oh boy, this could be dangerous right here. Willie Colon. And a line drive to the center fielder, and they bobble the throw back to the catcher, and that's going to score a run.
Fumble bumble.
And we'll get a walk here, and oh boy, again, here we go. Juice is based. 2 outs. Mike Latoris, and a tapper to the pitcher. Not going to get the throw in time, and they're going to score another run. It is now 4-0 OBX. Still 2 outs here. This one to second baseman. This should do it, leaving all 3 runners stranded, but OBX gets 3 more on the board. 4-0 now. Top of the third we go. Top of the lineup. And this is the line drive towards Johnny Tsunami in left field. Or for Johnny Tsunami in left field. This one's a diving catch by the right fielder, and that is out number 2. Jimbo Slice now. And this could be foul out left side. And that is out number 3. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the third we go. OBX now. Already ahead by 4. Bottom third, they're lined up, and Linus Riverboat striking out. Tex Walker now. Walker. And this is off the wall in center field. This is going to be a double. Tex Walker now in scoring position for Tyler Swift. And this looks like a flyout to center field here. Out number 2. Runner does not tag. Dub City now. Runner in scoring position. 2 outs. And Dub City will strike out. That'll finish the side out. We now move to the top of the 4th with Rabbit Sponge. 4-0 OBX.
Hello, folks. How are you all doing tonight? Good? I hope good. So we're going to start off the top of the inning here with a ground out by Dustin Parmalee. Ben Dover steps up, hoping to get something going here for Indy, but I don't think that one's going to drop in the field as it hangs too much, and it is caught. Sailor Twift goes down swinging. OBX back up. Tex Walker having a heck of a game already. OBX, hopefully they got locked them up for a while because they're being playoff clutch for them. That's into the corner by Willie Colon, and that's going to be a double. Next up, one out to work with, but a ground out is going to make this one hard unless they're able to get a ball down. Touching grass. Walk by Latoris will keep us going. Dan Halen, CK steps up. Another walk here as Troy No Hands is in now, as Doug Dangley's already out of this game. Luckily, that one has just enough hang time. They are going to catch it and escape any more runs getting pushed in. That one's a ground out. It's going to be your first out. That one will sneak up the middle for Eagle Eyes, as I believe that's their second hit of the game. Trying to move the chain slowly there. Oh, a nice little single there by Wonder Franco. Aggressive running, but I think they will make it in. Runners on the corner. Chance to get themselves on the board, but Tsunami's going to go down swinging. Zach Mouse. Ooh, that was deceptive. I thought that was almost on the ground at first, but it was up in the air. Ground out to shortstop. That's going to be an out. I just realized that we have Taylor Swift and Tyler Swift.
Right.
My Lord, these Swifties in this league are...
And Sailor
like,
Twitch. Yeah.
There's your third out there. Jimbo slice to the third baseman. They are going to get them out at first, as Indy's just getting a couple little pokes here, but just can't chain anything together. As Parmalee goes down swinging, and then Dover gets tossed out at first. Swinging strikeout by Drockenberg. Not batting too well in the playoffs, unfortunately. Cologne is able to get the one to drop right up the middle. Virgin Cannon steps up. Stolen base attempt here. He's going to make it there with time to spare. Runner in scoring position. That one's got a bit of a curve on it, and that it just clears the wall. That is out of here. 2-run blast. See ya by Virgin Cannon. Gives them a 6-0 lead as OBX, no mercy. Latour steps up. Still 2 outs here to work with, as Austin Bentley is actually in the game now. As they are in their third pitcher here in the 6th. He'll get a strikeout there, and that'll end the inning as we move to Hummus to finish this off.
OBX with a strong showing in game 1 came to play. Indy decided not to. That's a double though from Sailor Twift. Jody Quinn. Oh, that's a pass the ball. Wild pitch, excuse me. So a little bit of action here for Indy. And oh, what a grab and left by Drockenberg. That will score on a sac fly though. Sailor Twift does come home. It's 6-1. And a ground out from Eagle Eyes for the out number 2, Wonder Franco. Franco with a grounder and a ground out. That ends the top of the 7th. OBX in control. Looking to add some insurance. We'll bring up Linus Riverboat, who drops one for a single. First hit of the game for Linus, who's with us tonight. Oh, and a hit and run, so they only get the runner out at first. Nice work by OBX to move the runner. That's a strikeout from Swift. Dub City with 2 outs, 1 on. And a walk. Austin Bentley still pitching, and a strikeout. So Bentley coming in, and yes, a little sigh. There's support coming from the Indy side. And that's due to great pitching and defense by OBX. That's going to be a pop out from Tsunami. A fly out from Mouse. Jimbo slice with 2 outs now. That's deep. That's going to drop and hit the right field wall. Going for extra bases. Going for 3. A 2-out triple for Jimbo Slice. Will Parmalee bring him home? He won't. Rip spot. Gets out of that little jam there. Not much threat. We'll go bottom of the 8th. Willie Colon. 2 for 2. Now 2 for 3. Still a great game from him. Virgin Cannon had a big homer earlier. Strikes out. Latoris now. Latoris that drops in center for a base hit on a 1-0 count. Dan Halen hitting 229 in the postseason. Strikes out looking. Dogwood got out of there. Strikeout for Dover. Last chance for Indy. Twift, that's deep. That's gone. It's 6-2 now. Indy down 4. Need to score at least 4 more to extend this ball game. Got a hold of that one. The Magician smacked that one deep and right. Jody Quinn. A strikeout. Eagle Eyes with the last out. Now ended at the warning track. OBX takes game 1 with a final of 6-2. An absolute dominant performance from Raze Funk and the rest of the OBX team. Great offense, great defense, truly showing that they are the class of the PBE right now. Yeah, so great games from Cologne, Virgin Cannon, and Latoris. And Slice went 2 for 4, as did Twift, as did Eyes. Funk got the W. What a game from him. Dangly with the loss. Funk went 7 innings, 1 earned. 3-0 now in the postseason. Very noteworthy postseason run for Raze, and he gets the big-time player of the game.
And no earned runs for Bentley, so there's that too. Nice. All right, so there we go. Game number 1 is complete. So we're going to go ahead and move on to our next sim day here. And
I'm getting
checking
by my teammates for not being biased enough for my team.
That's funny.
Jeez Louise. You
Right?
can't win. You can't win with the league sometimes.
Right. All right, so we're going to give about 2 minutes here for the Aviators and the Apex GMs. I know Aviators wanted to make some changes to their bullpen, so go ahead and let me know what those are in the playoff server, and we'll take a look at those and get those fixed up for you. And in the meantime, here is your matchups here for game number 2, and we do have some stats info on these other pitchers here. Let's see, so this is Dion and Beaumont, so let's take a look here what we have for both of these. For Bob Beaumont, we have Beaumont started twice against Indy this season and gave up 8 runs in 12 innings while striking out 14. This postseason, Beaumont has been all right in 3 starts with a 4.19 ERA and 20 hits allowed in 19.1 innings. And for Michael Dion here, we have former Gold Glover Michael Dion will likely take the mound for Game 2, and following a career season, he looks to collect a ring in his 2nd season as a starter. Dion this season faced OBX twice and finished 1-1, giving up 7 runs in 11 innings. Like Dangly, Dion was also worse away from home, but unlike Dangly, went from very good to about average, posting a 104 ERA plus on the road in 15 starts. So there's our info on our starting pitchers for game number 2 from the Amazing Stats team. Let me go ahead and take a look here at the individual team channels, see if we have any updates here. I don't see anything yet. Oh, I see Razor typing out something here. Okay, so it looks like the Aviators are going to stay as is for game number 2. And now we just need to hear from the Apex, and we'll move on to our next matchup.
Don't change what works, right?
Right? And let me look over here. Did we get another prediction going here while we're waiting on that? Here we go. So while we're waiting on the Apex to respond, looks like the submission here is, will the Apex bounce back for game number 2? And right now we have 8.3K at 47% saying yes they can, or yes they will win, and no they'll lose at 53%, 9.3K. So wow, more people thinking they're losing. Come on, guys. Alright, so let's go back over here. Let me check on Apex. Let me ping them again. I haven't had any responses here. Okay, so all bets on James saying they're good as well. So we're going to go ahead and get started with game number 2 of the World Series here, the Apex and the Aviators. Michael Dion versus Bob Beaumont. And here is your matchups. Let's take a look and see if there are any differences. OBX this time with the advantage, Bob Beaumont at 79% overall versus 65 overall for Michael Dion. So OBX having the advantage this time pitching, and the advantage in batting as well. So Rabbit Sponge will get us started here with game number 2, and it's going to be Johnny Tsunami again, our leadoff batter.
Just don't forget to change the series thing, like the text at the top of the stream as well, for anyone coming in late.
Oh, right. Let me turn off the BNN scoreboard here real quick as well to fix that. We don't need this anymore this season. There we go. Alright, so we'll go ahead and get that fixed, and I'll come over here and fix the other one.
Alright, so we had a ground out to start us off, and we're going to have a walk, so man on. Stealing attempt is successful. Runner in scoring position. I don't think that one's going to drop. We'll see if they run. No, thought about it, but he backtracked. 2 out. And I think that one's got a little too much hang time as it will be caught by the center fielder. So, good attempt, but they're going to come up a wee bit empty. Dub City going to pop out about 2 inches from the mound. Drakenberg hoping this one drops, but it is not. And then Willie Colon hoping to keep the inning going here is... Wow, good run by the second baseman to chase that one down as Dion is only at 4 pitches so far, so quick inning for Indy there. Mr. Beaumont is able to get a fly out. Sailor Twift, after HR last game, is going to ground out, toss out at first. And then, ooh, that one sneaks by the first baseman, getting aggressive, going for a double, and they will get it as Jody Quinn puts that one on the ground but in the outfield. That one sneaks through. Are they going to send him? They are. And it's not going to be in time as you're going to have your first run on the board as Indy takes the lead on this one. That one's got some pop under it. And see ya, Wonder Franco.
Out of the
That's
park.
gone. 3-0 early lead here for Indy as they are looking to tie the series here early. Beaumont only at 28 pitches. I'm sure he'll stay in a little bit longer as he is able to strike out, but a little bit of a rough outing. OBX needs to answer here quickly because these teams are... Wow. Goalie glove there on Dion as he snares that one for the quick out. Follows it up with a strikeout. Dan Halen right to the shortstop and another quick inning as he's only at 14 pitches. He is putting in work. That hit looked like it was going to the gap, but curved, and that is going to be a fly out at the end of it all. Jimbo Slice trying to go for the gap, but they're going to have some wheels on the outfield there to take that one away. And then Dustin Parmalee gets under that. It's gone. Solo shot.
Out of the
4-0
park.
now for Indy as they are saying no bueno to a 2-0 series lead for OBX here as they get going. Beaumont's still in. 4-0's not terrible yet, but a follow-up double is not going to look good. 2 outs. Indy hoping to get something here, but Sailor Twift will stare at a strikeout. OBX now, that's up the middle for Mr. Riverboat as they need to answer here. Cannot leave this too long. Tex Walker,
Out of the
that
park.
is a... Oh, beat out the throw. So they're going to get the leadoff runner. Hit and run here going. So the runners are going to go to first and third. 2 outs to work with. Stolen base attempt is going to be successful. But a strikeout is not going to help that situation. Drakenberg has either got to walk to keep it going or get that ball down. But a ground out to first is not going to get it done as OBX is still on the board as we pass it off.
And Jamar Laxon, thank you very much for subscribing 6 months with Prime as we take it to Hummus God.
Jody Quinn, Jody ground ball, grounding out for out number 1. Eagle eyes. Striking out, looking, full count for Franco, who strikes out as well. Beaumont took him down in order. The grounder for Cologne. Dion really having an incredible game so far. KBK drops one in right for a single. Dion really outclassing the OBX so far. There's a walk. Hopefully I didn't jinx him. That's a full count. Dan Halen, grounder. 5-4-3 double play. The Indy infield delivered for Dion in that half inning. Tsunami, strikeout. Mouse, strikeout. Beaumont settling in here. Slice, and he strikes out the side. Wow, that was a high fastball that came in at 97 miles an hour. Riverboat drops a blooper in center. A leadoff single for OBX here in the bottom of the 5th. Tex Walker, strikeout. Tyler Swift, 1 on, 1 out. Team down 4. Grounder past the second baseman. Runner going to third. Runners on the corners and a stolen base attempt. Safe for Swift. Dub City with a grounder. Runner scores from home, but they get the out at first. It's 4-1 now. OBX still down 3. Drakenberg with a tapper. Catcher picks it up, makes the easy throw to first. And Dion gives up 1, but his team is rallying behind him up 4-1. Parmalee with a ground out. Dover Strikeout swinging. Twift with a base hit and right. Having a pretty phenomenal postseason from the plate, all things considered. Quinn. That's in the gap. Twift's got some speed. Will we see him go all the way around the horn? And he's going. And he's safe. Indy up 5-1. Jody Quinn with a beautiful piece of hitting in the gap there. Eagle Eyes. Uh-oh. Eagle Eyes. Saw the ball well on that one. It's 7-1. Oh,
Out
Indy.
of the park.
439 feet. My goodness, sir.
Wow.
Got all of that one off of Farhan Bin Kaden. Franco. Strikeout. We're going to the bottom of the 6th. By the way, if Indy wins the World Series, I'm retiring. Put it out for loan, like immediately. KBK. KBK deep and right. That's a solo shot. That one's pretty deep. We'll check it. 393. Not bad. A lot of homers in this series so far. KBK having an insane postseason. Now with 13 RBI. Latoris. Up the middle, base hit. Maybe a little rally coming from OBX, down 5. Dion still in the game. Halen. Oh, what a grab and left for the second out of the inning. Zach Mouse with the athleticism. Riverboat with a fly out. And we'll take you to LBG to finish out this game. And Indy is up 7-2.
And here we go. Top of the order for the Apex. Tsunami, Mouse, and Slice. Johnny Tsunami, check swing, and they're going to get the walk here. And that's going to start us off. Will they get stolen base number 5 of the postseason? No, this one's going to be a line drive to center field, and Zach Mouse is out. Out number 1. Jimbo Slice. Slice going towards left field, and that is out of here. Just over the edge of the fence, a 2-run blast.
Out
And
of
Indy
the
gets
park.
2 on the board. It is now 9-2. Indy, top of the 7th. Dustin Parmalee, only 1 out here still so far. Dustin's going to strike out. That is out number 2. And now Ben Dover. Dover will take the walk. And now Sailor Twift coming up. 1 on, 2 out for Twift. Goes to the second baseman. They get the out of second. And that'll retire the side. Stretch time. Here we go. OBX down by 7. Need to get a rally going here. Bottom of their lineup. And we're going to get a leadoff walk here from Tex Walker. And a strikeout from Swift, and that'll bring us to the top of the order. Dub City, 1 on, 1 out. Dub City to the second baseman, but they will not get the double play. And Dub City's at first now for Drachenberg. Drachenberg, high towering shot towards left center field. That one is caught, and that retires the side, leaving the runner stranded. Indy up now, 7 runs ahead, top of the 8th, bottom third of their order. And oh my goodness, and he grabbed a catch there, it looked like, at the wall. And this one's going to be a fly out here to right field for Eagle Eyes, and now Wonder Franco with 2 outs. Franco striking out, and the side is gone. Here we go, bottom of the 8th. 6 outs remaining for OBX here. And this one's a line shot to center field, and Willie Colon is out. Bergen Cannon to the second baseman, and that is out number 2. Mike Latoris now. Latoris, and the shortstop going into the outfield to get that one, and that's a 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 9th we go. Can Indy pad their lead here? They got the meat of the lineup. Johnny Tsunami down the right field side, and that's going to be at least a double here. Johnny sliding in, and a runner in scoring position right away for Zach Mouse. Mouse will strike out looking. That is out number 1, and here comes Jimbo Slice. Slice down the left field side. This is probably going to score one. Yes, it's going to be an RBI double here for Jimbo Slice. The score is now 10-2. Dustin Parmalee. Parmalee striking out. 2 outs now, and Ben Dover. Dover down the right field line. This could be another RBI here. Here he comes. And the throw is not going to be in time, and that's going to be an RBI double from Dover. And it is now 11-2 Indy. Sailor Twift, and that is a line drive to look like the first baseman, and that'll retire the side. Here we go. 3 outs remaining for OBX. We have Halen, Riverboat, and Walker. Dan Halen. Halen, line drive to the second baseman. That is out number 1. Linus Riverboat. Riverboat to the gap in center, and here we go. Base hit. Can they get something going here out of this? Tex Walker now, 1 on. Tex Walker into the gap on the left side, and they're going to have 2 runners in scoring position here. Here we go. Tyler Swift. Swift, a tapper to the shortstop. They're going to have no... Oh, they do get the out at first, but the runner does score. 2 outs now, 11-3. Last chance here, Dub City. Dub City, and they're going to get a pass ball, and the runner's going to score.
Fumble,
it is now 11-4.
fumble.
Dub City to the second baseman, and that's going to do it as Indianapolis holds on here late in the game to win this one with the score of 11-4. Game 2 is now tied the series up 1 game each. And here we go. Let's take a look at our stats here for this game. Looking at the Indianapolis batting, we have 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Jimbo Slice. 2 runs, 2 hits for Quinn, and 2 runs, 2 hits, 3 RBIs for Eagle Eyes, 2 RBIs from Franco. Over here on the Outer Banks side, we have 2 hits and an RBI from Burke and Cannon, 2 runs, 3 hits from Linus Riverboat, and 2 hits and an RBI from Tyler Swift. On the pitching side for Indianapolis, Dion getting their second win of the postseason, 2-1 now for them, with Dogwood Maple getting their 3rd save, and for Outer Banks, Bob Beaumont taking their 2nd loss of the playoffs. 1-2 now for Beaumont, and player of the game is Eagle Eyes. So there we go. Game 2 is now in the books. It is tied 1-1.
Rabbit, did you bet on this prediction?
Nope.
Can you pay it out?
I sure can.
Thank you, Rabbit. Shout out to Rabbit.
Wow, so 2 games in, what do you think so far?
I think this is the series that the fans deserve. 50 viewers here on a beautiful Saturday evening. Yeah, tied up. You know, apparently from a stat checker, and someone fact checked this, but a chatter, it was Jimbo, no, it was Haseo said that this was BX's first home loss of the entire playoffs so far.
Wow.
So if that's you know an indication of anything, that's probably a good sign for Indy.
And the Aviators GMs are asking to check on the stamina of their current pitchers, and here we go. So for Walker Cato, they're at 100% rested, and they're the slated starter. Race Funk is at 55%, slightly tired, and Bob Beaumont is at 29% exhausted. There you go, Razor. And let's take a look for the Apex as well, just so they have the peace of mind here to know what theirs are at. Their current starter is Shifty Lagoose, who's at 100% rested. 57 slightly tired for Doug Dangley, and for Michael Dion, 26% exhausted. So we'll give both of these teams here another minute or so if they want to go ahead and get in changes. And while they're doing that, let me go ahead and read the stats I have for our Game 3 starters here. So we have Walker Cato and Shifty Lagoose. Let me pull those up and we'll take a look at those here for you. Alright, so for Walker Cato, I have Cato was just the 3rd pitcher to reach 20 wins in a single season in PBE history, and has continued as he has collected a 1-0 record so far this postseason. Cato will look to keep the ball on the ground and prevent home runs and draw plenty of double plays out of Indy's lineup. And for Shifty Lagoose, I have the likely pitcher of the year, Southpaw Shifty Lagoose, will take the hill for Game 3. Lagoose was nothing short of incredible this season, yet OBX saw him very well, putting up 8 runs in 9.2 innings against him. Lagoose has not been his regular season self in the playoffs, with a near 5 ERA and having given up 4 home runs already in 16.2 innings, when he'd only allowed 13 in 180 innings in the regular season. So there we go. There's our stats for our Game 3 starters. Let me take a look here at Aviators. I have no change from the Aviators, so we're just waiting on the Apex now. And I'll go ahead and do a little ping here for the Apex. In Game 3, so far, tied up 1-1. And now Apex have 3 games in a row at home, so this is going to be very interesting. Apex might be able to sweep it here at home. I think it's been a while since we had just a 5-game series. Most of them seem like they've dragged out to 6 or 7 games the past few seasons, so this will be interesting to see how this goes. Let me look back over here at the Apex, and Apex say they're good as well. So we are all set for game number 3.
Got a prediction. It's about, let me check.
Let's take a look at
About
that here.
over 2 minutes left on the bet, so you have a lot of time to get your money in. Over 3.3 million wagered so far.
And the prediction is Game 3, who takes the series lead? And right now, 60% are for OBX, and we've got a lot more channel points into this bet here. Now's your time to score big if you got a lot of channel points set aside. And there we
Indy at
go.
the Brickyard. Fun fact: this was the home site for the All-Star Game in season 27.
Nice.
Yeah, won that poll, had 17 votes.
So you think we should do like the Major League and MLB and have the home team for the playoffs be the World Series, be the one that won the All-Star Game?
They stopped doing that like 2 or 3 years ago or so.
Oh, they did. Oh, okay.
Trust me, I've mentioned that. You know me, I like taking risks. Like I'm
Right.
pretty bold, so I got shut down pretty hardcore by the masses. So yeah, but yeah, no, I think that would be really fun. That would just, I like adding incentives to things, but it's an exhibition match. You can't control anything. Therefore, just a better record should have home field. So
Right.
I get it, definitely. I just, like I said, I like being bold and unique.
All right, so let's take a look here at our predictions. We have about 20 seconds left if you want to get your predictions in. And here's our matchups for this particular game. And again, 7-2 on the offensive side for OBX. And OBX with the advantage here with Shifty Lagoose versus Walker Cato. Cato at 75 overall versus Shifty Lagoose's 73 overall. So, very close there in the matchups for pitcher. Only 2 overall difference. This is probably going to be maybe a lower scoring game than we saw in the first 2.
$4.5 million in PBE money wagered in this bet, and it's officially closed. So rounding up to 4.6 million PBE dollars. It's a lot of money.
Nice. All right, so we're going to get started with Hummus God as we get going here. The first 3 innings with Dub City is going to be our first batter up for OBX. Here we go, game 3.
Shout out to Shu, joined us, just got back from dinner, my brother. Dub City with Shifty Lagoose on the mound. Shifty Lagoose, pitcher of the year. Ooh, some caprices. Awesome. Dub City with a fly out. Drockenberg up the middle. That's a base hit in center. So no hitter broken up really early on. And that's going to be another base hit for Willie Colon, dropping a fielder on a 3-1 count. So KBK, double steal. They're both safe. Both runners in scoring position. Over the center fielder's head, that's going to be 2 runs scored. A 2 RBI double for KBK. And Shifty getting dinged up early in this one. Latoris lifts this one into right, caught at the warning track. But KBK's got speed. Tagging up, moving to third. Dan Halen checked his swing, but struck out. OBX scores 2. They're up 2-0. Indy got their work cut out for them. Infield pop-up for Johnny. That's going to be a pop-out. 3-2 count for Zach Mouse, who grounds out to short. Jimbo with a fly-out. Walker Cato retires the side in order. We'll go to Linus Riverboat from OBX. Striking out, swinging. Tex Walker. Striking out, swinging as well. Will Shifty retire the side? Struck out the side. Shifty does. Nice half inning from Shifty Lagoose. Dustin Pomerly now with a base hit, breaking up Walker Cato's no-hitter. Dover. That drops to center for a base hit. Runner elects to park at second. Twift. That's a base hit and right. Will the runner come home? They will safely. It's 2-1. Nobody out for Jody Quinn. Jody Quinn in the gap. 1 run will definitely come across. Will the second run? Nope, it will park at third, but there you go. A tie ball game here in the bottom of the second. No outs recorded. Eagle Eyes in the gap. It's rally time in Indy at the Brickyard. Make that a 2 RBI double for Eagle Eyes. It's 4-2, Indy. Grounder to second. First out finally recorded after 4 runs scored. Johnny, the wavy Johnny Tsunami grounds out, but brings home the runner. It's 5-2. Zach Mouse to short. Grounder, ground out. Indy erupts at the Brickyard. Fire up those engines. It's 5-2. Oh, what a grab in center from Johnny Tsunami. That was a Dub City line out. And a fly ball fly out from Jockenberg. 2 outs for Willie Colon. Willie Colon, what a grab in right. Jody Quinn does it with his glove. We'll go bottom of the 3rd. Indy up again. That's a line out to 3rd from Jimbo. Deep arm. Deep arm in the gap. That was hit really hard at the wall. Will he go for 3? He will. Go for a triple. Oh no, he got greedy. What a defensive play. Great teamwork with the relay throw. They get him out at 3rd, and a walk for Bendover. Swift with the ground out. And that will end the 3rd. We'll go top of the 4th. We're going to Legally Blind Gamer.
And here we go, middle of the lineup for Outer Banks. Bergen Cannon up first. And Bergen Cannon gets a strikeout. Mike Latoris now. Latoris, tapper towards the pitcher, and they get him out for out number 2. Dan Halen. Halen to the gap in center, and Halen's going to get on base with 2 outs here. That'll bring up Linus Riverboat. Riverboat to the second baseman, makes the play at first, leaves the runner stranded, and bottom of the 4th we go now. Indy up by 3. And I guess that was a fly out into infield there. That looked weird with the animation. And the second baseman's going to get that one for out number 2. Wander Franco now. Franco to the shortstop, makes the play, 1-2-3 inning, and we'll go now to the top of the 5th. Tex Walker up. Tex Walker right back to the pitcher for out number 1. Swift with 1 out. Swift to the second baseman, and they're going to make the play, out number 2. Top of the order now, Dub City. City to the first baseman, gets it to the pitcher, and we are now halfway through the game. 5-2 Indy as we go to the bottom of the 5th. This one's hit right to the second baseman. Johnny Tsunami is out. Zach Mouse now. Mouse to the first baseman. Going to run over and make the tag himself. And that is out number 2. Jimbo Slice. Slice. Pitcher's got to get this one. And that is a 1-2-3 inning. As we now move to the 6th inning. 5-2. Drachenberg for OBX is going to hit this one right through the gap in center. Leadoff base hit. Drachenberg has 3 stolen bases so far. And this looks like number 4 here. And they're going to be safe. Willie Colon. Colon to the first baseman. Drachenberg moving to 3rd, but Colon is out. Mike Latoris down the left field line, and that's going to be an RBI double, looks like here. And yes, they're going to come home and score, and it is now 3-5. This one past the shortstop. Is the runner coming home? Yes, they to make the throw, and not in time, and that's going to make it 4-5. OBX trying to rally back here, and they're going to go for the steal. And yes, Mike Latoris gets the steal and is now in scoring position as we get a walk here from Dan Halen. 2 on, 1 out for Linus Riverboat. Linus past the second baseman, and 1 runner's coming home. They're going to be safe, and that is an RBI single. Game is tied now. Linus Riverboat making the clutch hit there. Tex Walker now to the shortstop. Gets the runner at second. And they do not go for the double play as we have runners at the corners now for Tyler Swift. Swift to the shortstop, and they're going to bobble the ball, and a runner's going to score. And it is now 6-5. OBX with the lead. Top of the order, Dub City, 2 on, 2 out. And Dub City's going to get hit by a pitch. Juice is based for Arno Drachenberg. Drachenberg to the gap in center. This could score 2 here. Here comes 1. Here comes 2. And we're going to have the score now 8-5. OBX. Wow, as we get Brandon New York is giving 5 Tier 1 subs. Thank you very much, Brandon New York B. We really appreciate that. As we're going to get even more here. 1 scores, 2 scores, 3 scores.
KBK.
Wow, a grand
Out of the
slam.
park.
And it is now a 10-run inning for OBX in the top of the 6th. Still 2 outs as we get a pitching change here. Finally, Austin Bentley, can he save the day here and get them out of this inning as we get the runner at first with 2 outs. This one to the gap in the left side, and now we have 2 on, 2 outs for Linus Riverboat again. Linus tapper to the pitcher, and Austin Bentley is going to get him out of this inning. 10 runs scored by OBX. Now 12-5. Bottom of the 6th we go. Apex have a horrible mountain to climb here. Got to dig in and get started. Here we go, as we're already 1 out in. This one's going to be a fly out to center field for Sailor Twift. Or excuse me, for Bendover. Now we have Twift up. And Twift's going to get out as well. 1-2-3 inning, and we go top of the 7th with Rapid Sponge.
They must have moved the stadium to Russia because we just witnessed a meltdown. So as we head into the back 3 innings here, as Indy tries to salvage this game, or at least some pride here, as OBX, there's a quick 2 outs there for Bentley, able to kind of recover here, and there's your 3rd. So a nice recovery inning for them there as Indy steps back up to bat. Jody Quinn is going to sneak this one down the line. He's going to get himself a double just past the 3rd baseman. Good start here as Eagle Eyes tries to get something going. That one, not enough hang time as it will be caught in center field. I thought that was going to go over his head. Franco, oh, behind the back. Fancy catch as they slide in left field to get that out. Then to the shortstop, and what looked like a promising inning kind of dried up quickly. A couple balls just wouldn't get lower for people there. OBX just trying to keep the pressure on the pitching, maybe churn a couple more, few of them out here as Barron is in now. He gets a strikeout though. KBK steps up and will stare at a strikeout as we're going pretty status quo here for the rest of the game. We'll see if anything else can happen here, but Zach Mouse is going to strike out swinging. That's going to drop as Ripspot is in now. Double play ball, and they're going to get it as something turned it into nothing real quick there. OBX up to bat here. They're going to get that one a drop. Nice early hit here as he's going to stretch that into a double. Another runner in scoring position, no outs. That doesn't have enough hang times. It will be caught. Riverboat. Oh, right to the shortstop, but he's going to drop it. As I thought that was going to be a double play ball, but unfortunately now we've got another run in as it's 13 for OBX on that error. Runner's going for second. I think they're going to get there. Yup. Tyler Swift going for the gap, but a little too much hang time. Mountain to climb here for Indy. Middle of the lineup up. Dover steps up. And nice run by second baseman is going to get the first out. Twift going to go down swinging. It's all up to Jody Quinn. And he's going to go down swinging as OBX convincingly takes this one with a massive 6th inning. Don't think anyone saw that coming. 10 runs in the 6th. They take game 3 to make it a 3-1 lead. 7 RBIs for KBK. That's got to be up there for records in a playoff game. I mean, a Grand Salami is going to help you out there. Walker Cato, after a rough start, does get the W, going 7 innings, as Mr. Lagoose is going to get the L, as No Hands actually gets a blown save because Indy was ahead at that time. Player of the game is KBK.
Yeah, I don't know if you noticed that there, but KBK is already at 20 RBIs in the playoffs so far. Wow. That is... the next one up is 13 with
LBG, can you update OBS and put 2-1 for
sure, absolutely.
OBX? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I updated the series tracker as well. Shout out to OBX scoring 10 in 1 inning. My goodness. In the Indy ballpark, which is kind of a defensive park, favoring pitching and defense, to put up 10 runs is insanely impressive. They just kept going, included a Grand Salami mixed in there. It was absolutely insane.
There we go. All right. So, taking a look at our setup here for game number 4. Let me take a look at our Discord server, see if we have anything from our teams. And I do see something here from the Aviators. All pitching stamina. So let's go ahead and take a look at pitching stamina for both teams here, just so we get that out of the way. We'll start off with Indianapolis. Doug Dangley, the scheduled starter, and they're at 100% rested. Taking a look at Michael Dion is at 57% slightly tired, and Shifty Lagoose is at 0% exhausted. Ouch, poor Shifty. And that'll move us now over here to the Aviators. And scheduled starter Race Funk is at 95% rested, while Bob Beaumont is at 61% slightly tired, and Walker Cato is at 0% exhausted. So there we go. There's our stats for our pitchers. Race Funk just a little teeny bit tired, but pretty close to 100%. And so now we'll just wait for the Apex and the Aviators to give us an update, see if they have any changes they want to make for Game 4.
Simple prediction is up, so get your points in. Bet again it's a little bit shorter this time. Also, I'm not sure. I mean, it's not that I don't trust him or anything, but Garrett was saying, I guess the single postseason record for RBIs is 21. So KBK is literally 1 away from tying it, 2 away from setting a new record.
Nice. Alright, so it looks like here for the Aviators, they asked me about the bullpen stamina, and everybody's 98, 99, 100%, except for Justin Ripspod, who for RP is at 40% tired. And we'll take a look here finally at Hunter Sky, and Sky is at 96%. So everybody except for Ripspod. Alright, so there we go. Let's see if Apex have any updates for us. All bets on James if you're there in chat. And we'll look back over here at the Aviators as well, see if AW13 or Razor 7 have any last minute changes for us. And I don't see anybody typing, so hopefully they're talking about it really quickly in the war room or something. Alright, so Razor's telling me to give him a second here. So, Game 4, OBX, 2-1 in the series, but Indy has 2 more games here at home, games number 4 and 5, and good chance here with the home field advantage to possibly turn this around and either take the lead or be within 1 game to move on to the final 2. We'll just have to see, but I do see something here from the Aviators. Let me see if we have any changes. Set up off Ripspod, add to Flame McDonald instead. Alright, we can do that. Let's see here. Let's go back to pitching. And so we want to turn setup off and put it on Flame McDonald instead. So Flame McDonald is moving from closer to setup. There you go, Razor. Let me know that that's a good setup here for you. Still no word from the Apex. Let me ping the Apex. See if we get some sort of response from them. And thanks for being patient with us, everyone. We're trying to make sure both of these teams here have every advantage that they can get before the next matchup. Okay, so we've gotten good to go from the Aviators, and no changes from Miss Obvious of the Apex. So we're going to go ahead and get started here with our next game. And before we pull up the matchups here, let's go ahead and take a look at the prediction. And it looks like we have 60% saying yes, they'll win, and for the Apex, and no, 40% saying OBX will win. So we're going to go ahead and move into this one, and I'll get us started with the first 3 innings. Race Funk versus Doug Dangley. And our leadoff batter here is going to be Dub City as we now move into game number 4 of the Season 27 World Series. Dub City, our leadoff batter, starting us off. And the pitcher is going to come set. And this one's a hit in front of the left fielder, and that is a base hit for Dub City to get us started. Dratchenberg coming up now. Dratchenberg, high towering shot towards left field, and that is Out of here, 392 feet, and that is a 2-run home run from OBX to get us started early in the first inning. This is a tapper towards the third base and has no play, and that's going to be an infield single for Willie Colon. Bergen Cannon now taking a walk, and OBX is already looking to try and get a bunch of runs here to start us off in the first inning. Mike Latours, they're going to get the 4, but not the 6, as we now have runners at the corners. Dan Halen, and they're going to get a steal here as well. Now 2 runners in scoring position. Dan Halen, towering shot towards left field. That one is going to be caught. Runner does tag, and the throw is not going to be in time as OBX gets another one on the board. Is now 3-0. And this one's going to be a line out to center field. That will retire the side, leaving a runner stranded. OBX does get 3 on the board, and now Indy already behind to start us off. Let's see if Johnny Tsunami can get them going. Tsunami to the third baseman, throws across, makes a play out number 1. Zach Mouse now. Mouse into the gap on the right side there, and this could be a triple. Are they going to slay? No, they will stay at second. And so Mouse in scoring position already for Jimbo Slice. Slice will take a walk, and now Dustin Parmalee, 1 on, 2 out. Parmalee. And they're going to go for the double steal, and they are safe. Yes, they're safe. Parmalee still up out here. 2 runners in scoring position. Towering shot towards deep center field. That one will be caught. The runner does tag. Here they come, and they are safe, and it is now 3-1. Indy gets 1 on the board. Dustin Parmalee with the sacrifice there. Bend over to the shortstop. They're going to make the play at first base and leaves the runner stranded. Indy gets 1, and now it is 3-1. OBX top of the second. Tex Walker. Walker striking out, and now Swift coming up. Swift striking out, and Dub City. Can Dangley get the side out here? And yes, that's going to be a flyout, and that'll retire the side. Bottom of the second we go. Indy up again. And a line drive right to the left fielder, and Twift is out. Here comes Jody Quinn, hot hitter Quinn. Quinn, towering shot towards center field. Behind the center fielder's head, bounces against the wall, and Quinn's going to be in with a double. Eagle Eyes now, runner in scoring position, 1 out. Eagle Eyes, and that's going to be in the gap on the right side. This is going to score 1, and that'll be, oh, they're going for 3. Look at this. And that's going to be a triple for Eagle Eyes. It is now 3-2. Indy trying to make a comeback here. And we'll get a strikeout from Wonder Franco. But we still have runners at third base. Top of the order, Johnny Tsunami. Tsunami will take the walk. And here comes Zach Mouse. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Zach Mouse striking out, and a crucial strikeout there as they're able to retire the side. But Indy gets another one on the board, 3-2. Here we go, top of the third. Drachenberg right to the first base and only had a foot or 2 to get to the bag there. Out number 1. Willie Colon. Colon striking out. 2 outs now for Bergen Cannon. Hot hitter Bergen Cannon. Bergen Cannon striking out. 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the third we go. Still 3-2. Indy in the meat of their lineup here. 4, 5, and 6 batters. Jimbo Slice is going to fly out in the infield. Out number 1.
Nope.
No, that was an error. Fumble bumble.
Fumble bumble.
And that's going to... Oh, did they get him at second? Yes, they did. He went for the steal, and they got him at second. And this is a towering shot towards left field, and that is out of here. If they had not gone for the steal, that would be 2 on the board, as they're only able to tie it up here 3-3 with the home run.
Out of the park.
And Dustin Parmalee coming in again for Indianapolis. This one's over the shortstop's head, and Bendover's on base, and here comes Sailor Twift. Twift right into left field, and we're going to have 2 runners on now. Jody Quinn, hot hitter Quinn, 1 out, and we're going to get a double steal, and they do get the steal. 2 runners in scoring position now for Quinn. Quinn towering shot towards left field. Is the runner going to tag? Yes, they are, and here's the throw. And it is not going to be in time, and Indianapolis takes the lead 4-3. 2 runs now in this inning. Eagle Eyes 2 out, 1 on. Eagle Eyes to the first baseman. Goes the pitcher, makes the play, retires aside. Indy gets 2 on the board. Now leads by 1. Top of the 4th with Rub and Sponge.
The one thing that always kills me is when they do that throw from the outfield, the ball looks like it goes super fast and then slows down.
Here. Yes.
Is
I
it going?
noticed that
Is it
too.
not?
Right.
Steal for second as he gets tossed out, so that runner on early doesn't do much for them as there's 2 out now. And that's right at the first baseman, and as he's getting all the work here as Stangley has settled down. OBX hoping to put a 0 on the board as they've been running numbers on it ever since the first, but a walk is not going to do that good, but they'll get the fielder's choice at second. Another stolen base attempt as that catcher unfortunately is having a rough time getting those runners thrown out. That one looked dangerous, but then just didn't have enough juice, but the runner will move up to third. Oh, pass ball, you hate to see it. There's 5 on the board now for Indy, and the line drive right to third baseman will end it as they can't put a 0 on the board as Indy is just moving the chain here. They're using the running game. That one's in the gap there as Tex Walker keeps going here for OBX. Like I said, just it's been really clutch for them. That's to the pitcher. They're getting the runner out, but moves up to third. Strikeout for Dub City, who's been having a rough time with the runners on base this World Series so far. Another pass ball. There's another run. You hate to see it, but that's what happens sometimes as you get a runner on first with the walk, but a staring strikeout by Cologne will end it. As OBX keeps it close, both teams clenching just a little bit. OBX again, hoping they can put a 0 on here. Keep this close. Strikeout is a good start. Dover steps up. That's going to drop as you get a runner on first. 2 outs to work with. Twiff up. That's a double play ball, but they're going to freeze in time at second base, and they'll just get the lead runner. I guess they wanted to test the first baseman from stealing from home plate. Not often you see that, but that's got some pop in it, and that's gone. That ain't no ground ball by Jody Quinn. That's over the wall. See ya. 2-run shot. 7-4 for Indy now. But then a striking swing out by Eagle Eyes will end the inning as OBX just cannot keep Indy off the board at all. OBX hoping they can have an inning like they did last time. 10-run inning 6th. There's... Well, that one like died. It looked like it was going to go right to the wall, right. But ran out of spin there or something. But runner on second. There's a little chopper. Going to get the man at first. 2 out. Runner on third. Riverboat goes down swinging. That's a tough one to take. As we go to the bottom of the 6th, Indy, are they going to keep the 1s and 2s going here? Good start as Mr. Franco taps in a single. Giannis Tsunami goes down swinging. Zach Mouse. I thought that one might sneak up the middle, but they'll get the fielder's choice at second base. Jimbo Slice can't get a slice of life going as that's out at second, and we move to Hummus for the final 3 innings.
Indy trying to tie the series up 2-2, up 3 runs here, but we know OBX likes to come alive late, and there it is. Tex Walker with a single to start off the top of the 7th. Going for second, safe. Walker swiping second. Swift drawing a walk, and on 3-0 count, so Bolanos in some trouble here. Grounder, 4-6, but not the 3. Runners on the corners for Drockenberg. A pitch out. Oh, what a throw from Ben Dover to get the out. It's the stolen base out, and the caught stealing. And there's a walk from Drockenberg. So Cologne, 2 outs, 2 on. A stolen base attempt is safe. Cologne striking out, swinging. Bolanos gets out of that jam. Left 2. OBX leaves 2 stranded. We'll go bottom of the 7th. Strikeout for Deep Harm, who now goes by Brandon New York G, by the way, in Twitch. Dover drawing a walk on a full count. Sailor Twift, full count as well. Shallow fly in center, caught for the 2nd out. Here we go, stolen base attempt. They got him. What a throw from Dan Halen, CK Royal, to get out of that inning. Now they can have a chance to tie it up here in the top of the 8th. KBK strikes out. Bolanos still in the game. Latoris passes shortstop for his single. Tying run on deck for OBX. And Tapper to third. Halen beats out the throw, so tying run at the plate for Linus Riverboat. Grounder 4, 6, not the 3. 2 outs, runners on the corners for Tex Walker. Strikeout on a pitch inside, and that ends the top of the 8th. Indy looking to add some insurance to finish off this game. A fly ball in left, a fly out. Eagle eyes. A base hit past the second, in the gap between the shortstop and the third baseman. 1 on, 1 out for Wander Franco. A pop up, a pop out. Dan Halen makes the grab. 2 outs for Johnny Tsunami, who strikes out swinging. Domingo Pozo was dealing. We'll go top of the 9th. Last chance for OBX. Bolanos still in. That's a strikeout. For Swift, will Bolanos finish this off? Dub City. Strikeout. 1 out remaining to tie the series. A grounder to third. They get him out on a ground out. Indy ties up the series 2-2.
Nice.
What a game for Indy, showing life with their bats, scoring 7 at home after a meltdown in game 3. Have a good showing in game 4 to tie up the series. We got some incredible games to watch coming up. Thank you all for joining us tonight. Here is the batting. 2 RBI for Drockenberg, 2 for Parley, 3 for Jody Groundball, who's hitting 300 in the postseason. There's your pitching. Dudley gets the W. Funk, the first loss of the postseason for Funk, gave up 6 earned. Jody Quinn, I want to check his stats real quick. Jody Quinn went 2 for 3, 2 runs scored, 3 RBI. Big plays from Jody. He changed his name to Joni Line Drive. So
Joni Line Drive. Nice.
It's a fluid name, apparently. Fluid nickname. But Jody Quinn, Nameless Nate 13, is your player of the game.
And there we go. Game 4 is now in the books.
Wow.
Series tied 2-all. So let's go ahead and move on now to our next sim day. And we're going to take a look at our pitching here for our 2 different teams. And we'll start off with the Aviators and our starting pitchers, Bob Beaumont. Beaumont is at 100% rested. Walker Cato is at 27% exhausted, and Ray's Funk is at 0% exhausted. So it looks like there's only one choice there in that one, but they asked about the relievers before, so we'll take a look at those. 91% here for Domingo Pozo. Flame McDonald at 73%, slightly tired. Ben Caden at 80%. Ripspod at 68%. And finally, Hunter Sky is at 98% rested. Now let's move on over here to the Apex and take a look at their lineups. And here we go. Our first pitcher slated for this next game, Michael Dion at 100% rested. Doug Dangley at 0% exhausted, and Shifty Lagoose at 28% exhausted. Looking at their relief pitchers, 2% exhausted for Eric Bolanos. Bolanos pretty tired here. 33% exhausted for Trowan No Hands. Dogwood Maple at 93% rested. Austin Bentley at 60%, slightly tired. And John Barron at 26% exhausted. So looks like here OBX has a more rested bullpen. We'll see if they can take advantage of that in the next game. But we're going to look over here now at the GM section, see if we have any updates from either team. We'll start off here with the Aviators. Nothing yet from the Aviators. Looking in on the Apex, I don't see anything there as well. So we'll give them another minute to see if they have any changes they want to make for the next game as we take a look at our matchups. And again, we have the 7-2 advantage here for OBX in the batting department. On the pitching end, we have the 79 overall for Bob Beaumont versus Michael Dion's 65 overall. So at least on paper, Bob Beaumont here does have the advantage. OBX has the advantage overall, but Indianapolis has been hanging on here pretty strong throughout this whole series. and is able to still keep it tied even with the disadvantage here, especially in the batting department. So, you know, there are 3 different players here with blue overall. Over here on the other side, just 1. So there is an advantage here at the top of the lineup, but it does look like as we get further down here into the bottom part, things do start to even out a little bit more. And I do see something here from the Aviators. And they want to switch McDonald back to secondary closer. So let me go back over here and we'll take a look at that. And let's see here, McDonald back to secondary closer. So we'll fix that here. And the next one was Ripspod back to secondary setup. So there you go, Aviators. And we'll take a look, see if Apex has anything. I still don't see any changes here from Miss Obvious or All Bets on James. I'm going to give you about 30-45 more seconds here to respond. And looking at the Aviators, still nothing from Razor. So, a little bit more here to go before they decide what to do. Oh, here we go. Okay, so no change from the Apex, and now we're just waiting on the Aviators to let us know that they are good as well, and we will move on to game number 5. And Razor's typing something out here. Okay, so Aviators are good to go as well, so here we go, game number 5. We're going to go ahead and get started.
Can you fix OBS real quick?
Sure.
So I'm doing the tracker as well.
Take a look at that real quick.
Dos y dos.
There we go. All right, so game number 4. Series tied at 2. Only 3 games left in the Major League World Series, and this is one of them, as Rabbit Sponge is going to get us started with Dub City as our first batter for OBX.
Pivotal game here in the series. This could swing it either way, depending on who wants to take a hold of this game. This has been a pitcher's match, but it's been a matter of which team can blow it more for each game, as they have not been too even. It's been swinging one way or another here, as OBX is going to fly out. Nice diving catch is going to stop that inning from getting any further than what it did. Beaumont hoping for a little bit better outing this time. There's your first out, as Tsunami with a long ground out. Zach Mouse gets under that one, and just to say that, not the start you wanted, but for Indy, good on ya. That's a solo blast. 1-0 for them. It's his 4th of the postseason. Ties Parmley for the team lead. Ground out is going to get tossed at first. And then a swing strikeout. Will we see Indy put up a number every single inning this game again? Ground out there. As KBK is marked as being hot, but not the hot bat there. Mr. Litteris will fly out. Halen with, wow, quite the run by the second baseman to get that one. As another quick inning there. Walk there is going to put Mr. Dover on. Let's see if they do any steal attempts, but nope, not going to have to, as, well, that was quite the throw to third, but he is in there safe. Runners in the corners, towering shot to center field. They're going to send him, I think. Yep, there he goes. Throw is not going to make it in time, as another one on the board is 2-0 for Indy. Chop that one into the outfield. 2 runners on, 2 outs to work with. Franco, that's a double play ball, but they're going to settle for 1. As they test the runner at first from the catcher, and then a swing strikeout will just keep it at 1 run here. OBX bats need to wake up. The walk here will get a man on. Tex Walker with a little bloop to the shortstop. It's your first out. Oh.
Fumble, bumble.
Okay, was going to steal, decided not to steal, but then the pass ball made him go, maybe I'll steal.
Right.
So, runner on, but there's going to be your third out, as that's not going to hurt them in the end. as they get out of the inning quickly. Swing, strikeout by Mouse. No home run this time. Next up is Slice. And he slices that one into the left field. Gives himself a double. Another runner in scoring position. Parmelee steps up. That one's got some pop on it, but doesn't curve enough in the gap. And they go for the aggressive tag up and bites them, as that's a double play you don't see often.
Wow.
As we head on to the fourth.
Drockenberg ground out. A best of 7 condensed to a best of 3. Both teams bring in the energy. That's going to be an error. An errant throw from Dover.
Bumble.
And so Cologne will reach second. KBK. KBK with a line out to center. What a grab by Johnny Tsunami. Latoris now with 2 outs. 1 on. That's deep and right. Oh! What a grab. A full extension by Jody Quinn. Saves a run for Indy's defense. And now Indy will come up to bat. And this is going to be a base hit. A blooper in center. Twift. Another base hit. Back-to-back base hits for the Indy offense. Oh, that was a full count. Jody ground ball in the good gap. 1 run will at least come across. Will the second run make the attempt? Nope. Electing to park, but it's 3-0. Indy. Eagle Eyes past the third baseman. Couldn't make a play on it. And it's 4-0 Indy. Nice piece of hitting by Eagle Eyes. Franco, another base hit. Here's that Indy rally. No outs recorded. It's 5-0. Tsunami finally gets the first out to strikeout. Mouse, grounder, ground out. Jimbo Slice with 2 outs, 2 on. Jimbo lifts one, but it's not deep enough. It's going to be the third and final out. But Indy scoring 3 here in game 5. That's going to be a pop out for Dan Halen to start us off in the top of the 5th. There's a fly out in left. Tex Walker, 2 outs, nobody on. And a strikeout swinging. We'll go bottom of the 5th. Indy looking to add some insurance. There's a single for Deepar, who's now 1 for 3 in this ball game. Bend over. Got under it. Maybe too far under it. Runner almost ran but did not. Twift. Grounded to first. 3-6, but not the 3. 2 out, 1 on for Jody ground ball. Jody ground ball. Drops one in the right field grass for a single. Moves a runner to third. Eagle Eyes. Grounder. Ground out, the fielder's choice. We'll go to the top of the 6th. Indy up 5-0. There it is. The no-hitter broken up. Tyler Swift with a double in the gap. And there's a nice start for OBX. There's a base hit and right for Dub City. And that's going to be their first run of the ball game. It's an RBI. Drockenberg with a strikeout looking. A grounder to short. 6-4-3 double play. Indy's infield again. Stepping up for Dion in the series. It's 5-1 still. Franco. Struck out looking. It's Ferran Ben Kaden in now in the 6th. Tsunami takes a walk. 1 on, 1 out for Mouse. Hit a dinger earlier. That's going to be a fly out for out number 2. Jimbo Slice. And Tsunami breaking for second. He's safe. Jimbo, runner in scoring position. Grounded straight to short, and that's a ground out. We'll go to the 7th. It's going to be LBG with the remainder of this game.
And here we go, the middle of the lineup. For the Aviators, Bergen Cannon, Latoris, and Halen. Bergen Cannon's first. This one's hit right to the first baseman. Runs over, makes the tag. Out number 1. Latoris down the left field line, and that's going to be a double. Runner in scoring position now for Dan Halen. 1 on, 1 out. Dan Halen towering shot towards left field, but it does not have the distance. That one will be caught. Runner stays at second. Linus Riverboat, 1 on, 2 out. And Linus is going to fly out to center field here, and that's going to retire the side, leaving a runner stranded. 7th inning stretch time. Indy up by 4. Can they pad their lead? And middle of the lineup here for Indy, as Dustin Parmelee is going to start us off with the walk. Bend over down the left field side, and that's going to be a double. 2 runners in scoring position now. No outs for Sailor Twift. Twift infield playing in, and Twift is going to strike out. Jody Quinn, infield still playing in here for Quinn. Quinn will strike out number 2. Eagle Eyes. Eagle Eyes through the gap, and that's going to score a run. Are they going to go for 2? Yes, they are. And that's going to be a 2 RBI single from Eagle Eyes, and it is now 7-1 Indianapolis. This one hit to the second baseman, gets the play at first, leaving the runner stranded at second, but Indianapolis gets 2 more on the board, leading by 6. Top of the 8th we go. Aviators need to get something going here. 6 outs remaining, and that is going to be a hit batter to start us off.
Come on, Bentley, don't choke this.
And Swift is up. Swift will strike out. That is out number 1. Runner still at first. Top of the order, Dub City. Dub City will take a walk, and now Drachenberg. 2 on, 1 out. Drachenberg striking out, and 2 outs for Willie Colon. Can Willie get something going here? And it drops in front of the left fielder. 1 run is going to score, and that's going to be an RBI single from Willie Colon. It is now 7-2. Bergen Cannon striking out, leaving both runners stranded. Now we move to the bottom of the 8th. Up by 5 is Indianapolis as we get a pitching change here as Hunter Sky coming in. This one, a hard hit ball down the right field side. This could be 3 here. Going for 2. Here he comes. And no relay nearly in time, as that's going to be a stand-up triple for Johnny Tsunami. And a strikeout for Zach Mouse. Runner in scoring position for Jimbo Slice. Slice, and is Tsunami going to tag here? Not shallow enough. Johnny goes back to third base. Dustin Parmalee is going to take a walk. Runners at the corners, 2 outs. Bend over. Dover to the second baseman, makes a play at first, and that's going to do it for Indianapolis in the bottom of the 8th. Last chance for OBX. 3 outs remaining, down by 5. Latoris, Halen, and Riverboat. Mike Latoris will strike out looking. Out number 1, Dan Halen. 2 outs remaining. Halen to the second baseman, makes a play at first. Last chance here, Linus Riverboat. Riverboat. Towering shot towards left field, but it will not have the distance, and that is going to do it as Indianapolis is able to win this one and now get the pivotal game 5 of this series and move up now 3 games to 2. Wow, what a game. Indianapolis able to hold on here and be able to get something going. Let's take a look at our batting here. Only single hit games for the Outer Banks side. Taking a look at Indianapolis, we do have 3 runs and 2 hits from Bendover, 2 hits from Twift. Quinn got 2 hits and 2 RBIs, 3 hits and 3 RBIs for Eagle Eyes. I imagine Eagle Eyes might be player of a game here. Bob Beaumont is your losing pitcher, getting their 3rd loss in the postseason. Michael Dion getting their 3rd win, and player of the game is Michael Dion. Dion, 7.0 innings pitched, 1 earned run, 3 strikeouts, 89 pitches. Whew. So there we go. Indy now just 1 game away from winning their first ever World Series. How's it feel, Hamascad?
Hey, came in, did not completely choke the lead there. Gave up only 1 run and recorded 2 outs. And then Dogwood came in to end the game, put the hammer down. So it's kind of crazy being up 3-2 in my first ever World Series. I'm not going to lie. OBX is obviously is a very worthy opponent, the defending champs. One of the most stacked rosters I've ever seen in this league. So they definitely came to play. Someone pointed out, though, that if you take away that 10-run inning, mind you, why would you take away something that happened? But you take away that 10-run inning, they've been struggling a little bit. So it's just been a kind of a wild series.
It has, yeah, definitely. So we're going to take a second here and take a look at the pitcher stamina for the 2 different teams so their GMs can decide where to go from here for game number 6. We're taking a look at the Aviators first, and our first pitcher, who's a slated starter, is Walker Cato, and they are at 95% rested. The next pitcher, Rays Funk, is at 58% slightly tired, and Bob Beaumont is at 29% exhausted. Taking a look at the bullpen over here, Domingo Pozo is at 98% rested. Flame McDonald is at 49% tired. Farron Ben Caden at 56% slightly tired. Justin Ripspot at 100% rested. And Hunter Sky at 89% rested. Now we're going to move over here to the Apex and do the same for them. Their slated starter, Shifty Lagoose, is at 100% rested. And their next starter, Doug Dangley, 58% slightly tired, with Michael Dion at 26% exhausted. On the bullpen side here, for Eric Bolanos, we have 67% slightly tired. Troy No Hands at 96% rested. Dogwood Maple is at 93% rested. Austin Bentley is at 73% slightly tired. And finally, John Barron is at 100% rested. So there you go, both GMs, both teams. There is your stamina for game number 6. So taking a look at the Discord here, let me see if I have... And it does look like Apex might be making a change here. And they're asking me to switch to a 2-man rotation with Shifty starting game number 6. Alright, so...
Sorry for coughing into the mic.
Sure, no problem. We're going to send Dion to the bullpen. Let's go ahead and move Dion on over, and then we'll fix this here, moving Shifty up. And setting that to there. That. And then Dion at bullpen at long relief, avoid high leverage, middle relief. So... long relief, avoid high leverage, and middle relief. So there you go, Miss Obvious. There are your changes. Let me know if there's anything else I can set here for you. Taking a look over at the Aviator side, and they want Ripspot at use more often. So we'll go ahead and fix that here for them real quick as well. And Ripspot at use more often. There we go. And taking a look back now at the Apex. And alright, so it looks like Miss Obvious is good for settings for the Apex. So now we're just waiting on the Aviators, and we'll get started with game number 6. And I'm not sure if you guys got a prediction going while we were taking a look at this here. Let me see here. Alright, so it looks like is OBX going to win game number 6? And we have right now, oh my goodness.
Yeah, can you update OBS?
Oh, yes.
I'm doing that, the tracker as well.
Thank you so much for reminding me about that.
I mean, we wouldn't be one of the longest standing tandems in PBE broadcasting if we didn't help each other out every so often.
Absolutely. Love you, man.
Love you too, brother.
All right, so there we go. We are all set up. Let me take a look, one last look here at... Okay, so it looks like Aviators are good, and I'm guessing that's saying they're good. Let me ask Razor here real quick. And we'll get started here. All right, so there we go. Aviators good, Apex good, and so now that gives us time to take a look at our matchups here. Let me just go ahead and save our progress here so far, and we'll pull back up the scores. And so here we go. Shifty Lagoose versus Walker Cato, pulling up the matchups. Again, 7-2. The advantage here over on the OBX side pitching with Walker Cato at 75% versus 73% for Shifty Lagoose. And we're going to get started here with Hummus God as our leadoff caster with Johnny Tsunami, our first batter. Game number 6. Here we go. Oh, you there, Hummus?
It is me. That's going to be 2 straight outs, Tsunami and Mouse. Will it be 3? It will not. That's a base hit. No hitter for Walker Cato. Broken up early in this one. Deep arm. Jimbo breaking for second. He's safe. Deep arm. Hard hit ball past the left fielder. That's going to be the first run of the ball game for Indy. With the World Series championship on the line, you win and you get that trophy. It's Indy. It's a strikeout for Dover. Here we go. OBX offense. Grounder. Ground out. Drockenberg with a walk. Thank you, Dagumpa, for complimenting the tracker. Drockenberg breaking for second. They got him. Ben Dover. A heads up. Nice throw and a strikeout from Willie Colon. Shifty. Got out of there. We'll go top of the second. Swift. Grounder. Ground out. Quinn. Strikeout for Jody line drive. Eagle Eyes, who's come alive in this series, draws a walk. Wander Franco. Eagle Eyes with a hit and run. They get the ground out anyway to end the top of the second. We'll go bottom of the second. KBK striking out, swinging. Indy up 3-2 in this series. OBX offense has to do something here. Latoris with a grounder right back to the pitcher. That's a ground out. Dan Halen with 2 outs. Strikes out looking. Top of the third. The wavy Johnny Tsunami lifts one into center with the fly out. Zach Mouse. Zach Mouse lining out to center. Jimbo with 2 outs. A 1-1 count. Lifts one into right, and they go down in order. So we'll see what OBX can do on offense. That's a grounder for Riverboat, a ground out. Tex Walker, first time up today, and is 1 for 1. That hit the wall and left. That's good, and he's going for 2, and he's in there with a slide. That's a double for Tex Walker. Swift, Tyler Swift with the fly ball in center. Will Tex tag up, and he will. That's going to be runner now 90 feet from home plate for Dub City, who scores Tex Walker. That's going to be an RBI in the gap. A standing double with a full count for Dub City. It's 1-1. Drockenberg up the middle. This could be 2-1. And it will be 2-out rally here for OBX. It's 2-1 OBX after the Drockenberg RBI. Drockenberg breaking for second. They're not even going to make a throw. Cologne now, runner in scoring position, strikes out, and Lagoose gets out of there. But after scoring 2 for OBX, will go top of the fourth.
And here we go, middle of the lineup here for the Apex. Parmalee, Dover, and Twift. Parmalee to the first baseman, runs over and makes a tag, out number 1. Ben Dover now. Dover, shortstop going way out into the grass to get that one. 2 outs for Sailor Twift. Twift to the first baseman. Only a couple feet to go to make that play, and that is 1-2-3 inning. Bottom of the fourth we go now. OBX up. And their middle of their lineup is up now as Bergen Cannon coming up. And that's going to be a leadoff base hit for Bergen Cannon. Latoris, a tapper to the catcher. They go to second, and they're going to get the runner at second, but Latoris is safe at first. Strikeout looking here from Dan Hillen. That'll bring up Linus Riverboat. 1 on, 2 outs. Linus Riverboat, they're going for the steal, and they're going to be safe. Runner in scoring position now, as this one's a hard hit ball to center field, and what a diving play. Wow, I believe that was Johnny Tsunami, yes, in center field with the diving catch. Able to hold on there and retire the side as we now move to the top of the 5th. And this one's a towering shot towards deep center field. That one is caught at the warning track. Out number 1, Jody Quinn is out, and now Eagle Eyes to the third baseman, goes across, out number 2, Wonder Franco. Franco to the second baseman, and a 1-2-3 inning. As we now are halfway through the game, bottom of the 5th we go, OBX up by 1. This one a line drive to the shortstop. That is out number 1 for Tex Walker. And here's Tyler Swift. And that is to the center fielder, out number 2, Dub City. Top of the order. And a 1-2-3 inning with the third baseman getting that one as we now move to the 6th inning. Indy down by 1 still. Top of the order, Johnny Tsunami. Tsunami into the gap on the left side. And this could be 3. Are they going to keep going? No, they're going to stay at 2 here. Zach Mouse, runner in scoring position. No outs. Zach Mouse is third baseman, throws across. Johnny stays at second. Jimbo Slice passes third baseman. This could be an RBI. Here comes Johnny. And Johnny's going to be safe as Jimbo Slice gets an RBI single and ties the game up 2-2 with Dustin Parmalee coming out. 1 on, 1 out for Parmalee. And we're going to get a steal here from Jimbo Slice. And look like a pass ball. And that's going to move the runner to third. And they're going to get the runner first here, but still runner at third for Ben Dover. Ben Dover, and that's going to drop for a base hit, and that will be another RBI here for Indianapolis as they now move ahead 3-2 with the RBI single from Ben Dover. Ben Dover going for the steal, and Ben Dover's going to be safe. Sailor Twift to the second baseman, makes the play, gets the out, retires the side, but Indy gets 2 more on the board, takes the lead, now leads 3-2. Bottom of the 6th we go, OBX. Leadoff strikeout here from Drachenberg, and Willie Cologne comes up now. Willie strikes out looking. 2 out now for Bergen Cannon. Shifty Lagoose still having a great game here. And another strikeout. 1-2-3 inning. Top of the 7th we go with Rabbit Sponge.
These are the kind of games that make you a true winner. Hopefully, Indy can hold on here. as Farron Bencaden is in. He will get the first out with a strikeout. Eagle Eyes goes down swinging, and then Wander Franco stares at a strikeout. So that might have been 9 pitches, 3 strikeouts. We'll have to wait till the next inning to see, but good inning there. Keep him in it. Mr. Litteris flies out. Halen really struggling at the plate, continues to as he stares at that one whizzing by him. Riverboat keeps the inning going. That's going to touch the wall. Aggressive run to second will put a runner in scoring position. Tex Walker with the chance to get back in this is going to send it sky high to center field, and that'll be caught. Sigh relief from Indy side. Pozo steps up, hoping to get out of this inning with nothing, but they're going to peg Johnny Tsunami. There's a runner on early. Stolen base attempt as everyone is stealing in this series. That one's an infield fly, which is caught. That one's going to center field. They should get to that one. Will they tag up for third? No. They back up. That's going to left field and will be caught as they get out. That inning with no damage. Tyler Swift goes down swinging as we head back to the top of the lineup. These guys got to get something done here. Dub City is able to touch that one on the grass. Drakenberg. Now's the time to wake up if you're going to do it. Swinging strikeout and a free pass to second will put a runner in scoring position, but 2 outs already. Cologne will draw a walk. KBK with the chance to get OBX back in this.
Oh boy.
That's going to the gap, and it'll drop as you've got one coming home. Are they going to send to second? They are. He's going for third. Does he make it? I think he did. Aggressive running as OBX back out in front, but that one's going right at the center fieldman as they are out. Indy, 3 outs to work with to keep this game going. Not sure they want to go to game 7, but we'll see. That's a strikeout there. Twiff with a kind of weird hit bunt looking thing, but they'll make it to first, beat out the throw. That's going to left field. It's going to be caught. It is all on Eagle Eyes. Can we keep this going? That's grounded out, and that is going to end it as OBX. Big sigh of relief as they are going to force a game 7, and Indy having to come back to try and do it again. 4-3 is your final. Some late heroics there in the 8th are going to take this one for OBX. Multi-hit game for Slice on Indy's side. A couple of ribbies for KBK. Sets a new record, so we didn't jinx it. Mr. Bolanos is going to get the L and the blown save, with Pozo getting the 3rd win out of the pen. Player of the game is from Indy, though, with Shifty Lagoose.
Wow. I kind of was expecting a Game 7 was as close as these two teams were in the regular season. You know, both, what was it, like 7-3 in the playoffs coming into today, both tied records in the postseason. So this is very, very exciting. You know, Game 7, World Series on the line. You know, we do get a few of these, but they don't come around all so often. So, wow, what do you think, Hummus God?
Thank you all for showing up tonight. We're going to cut it short here. We appreciate you guys being here. Have a good night.
Oh, that'd be funny. All right, so let's take a second here and go over the pitching one last time with both of our teams so that they can make a decision here as to what they want to do for game number 7 of this series. Taking a look first at the Aviators, Race Funk is at, wow, 58%, slightly tired for game number 3. Oh, did we need to advance a day. That's right. Let's do that. There we go. Now let's go back and take a look. Raise Funk is at 100% rested now as the slated starter for the OBX game number 7. 61% for Bob Beaumont. Walker Cato at 0%. Taking a look at our bullpen, Pozo at 31% exhausted. McDonald at 82% rested. Ripspod at 100% rested. Bencaden at 64% rested. And Hunter Sky at 96% rested. Moving on now to the Apex. Taking a look at their pitching, Doug Dangley is the scheduled starter, and they're at 100% rested. Shifty Lagoose is at 0% exhausted. On to the bullpen, Bolanos, 22% exhausted. Troen Nohands at 98% rested. Dogwood Maple at 98% rested. Austin Bentley at 82% rested. Michael Dion at 42% rested. And finally, John Barron at 100% rested. So there you go, both teams. There is your pitching, your stamina for our final game. Let's take a look and see if we have any changes here. And I do see both GMs typing out, so might have some settings here to switch to finish us out for the final game. Changes coming, say the Aviators. Taking a look at the Apex side, Miss Obvious typing something out here for us. And looks like I got a ping from somebody. Let's see here. Oh, it was Shu giving us a nice little announcement there. Thank you, Shu. Nice. Alright, so moving back over to the GM server. Let's take a look and see if we have any changes here. Alright, so for Apex, they're saying put Dangley's batter face limit at 21. Let's see here. I believe that is in the overrides, if I'm correct. Pitch count, batter's face limit. Here we go. And we have an override here. And batter's face, they said 21.
Out of the
There you go.
park.
Let me hit enter on that. Make sure that gets saved. Anything else for you, Miss Obvious? Alright, so you're all good then, Miss Obvious, for Game 7? Okay, so Apex are all set to go, so now we're just waiting on the Aviators. And here we go. So, Aviators do have a couple changes. Let's go back over to their lineup, and we'll fix that here for them. And let's see here. So we want Pozo at middle reliever and use less. So we're going to move this over here to middle relief. And use less often. And then we also had Ripspod stopper, 8th and close. So Ripspod at stopper and 8th and close. And did you want to leave setup for Ripspod secondary, Razor? And they have one more here, Flame secondary setup. So we'll go ahead and move Flame over to setup for secondary. There we go. Remove setup. Okay, so remove setup from Justin Ripspod. There we are. And does that look good for you, Razor? Anything else we can change? Just waiting on last confirmation here from the Aviators, and we will be all set to go. And while we're waiting on the Aviators, let's go ahead and take a second and take a look at our matchups here. Let's see. So we have Dangley and Funk starting for game number 7, and here we go, 7-2 again on the offense, but the Apex have the advantage here pitching wise now with Dangley at 74 overall versus 63 overall for Race Funk.
I think Hummus should do the last 3 innings this time.
Absolutely, yeah. Like we did games 1 and 4. Absolutely, I'd love to hear Hummus call us out for game number 7 to finish it out. That'd be great. No pressure.
Yeah. No stress at all.
He
Right?
hates me so much right now.
I mean, I'm at the twilight of my career, so I'm just happy to be here. I already thanked missing Jimbo. I'm really grateful for this opportunity to play one more season and to be here in the World Series, to be part of a conference championship for my first time ever. So Thank you, Miss. Thank you, Jimbo. I know Miss likes to watch this on mute, so Miss, you smell and you're goofy. So yeah, because you can't hear me.
All right, well, Aviators are saying they are good to go. So let me do one last final save here before we finish our final game of the season and the playoffs. It all comes down to this, everyone. The Apex and the Aviators. Game number 7 of the Season 27 World Series. And we're going to get started with Johnny Tsunami as our first batter for the Indianapolis Apex. Here we go. Can they make history as their first win ever in the World Series? Johnny Tsunami starting us off, and they're going to strike out. And that is out number 1 as we now move to Zach Mouse. And Mouse is going to get thrown out for out number 2. And here comes Jimbo Slice. Slice to the third baseman. And a 1-2-3 inning for Indy as OBX comes up now. Bottom of the first we go. Dub City starting us off. Dub City down the left field side up against the fence. And that is going to be a double to start us off for the Outer Banks Aviators. Drachenberg will take a walk here. Oh no, it hit him. Hit batter. 2 on now for Willie Colon. Still no outs. And Willie Colon is going to take a walk. No, it hit Colon as well. 2 hit batters in a row. Juice is based here, and that will... Oh, no, they make the play at center field, but the runner will come home and score. It is now 1-0 OBX. 1 out, 2 on. Mike Latoris. And they're going to go for the steal, and they're going to make it. 2 runners in scoring position now. This one hit to the shortstop. Goes across, makes the play. Gets the second out, but another run scores as they get the sacrifice from Mike Latoris. And now Dan Halen. Runner at second, and shortstop should be able to get this one. Retiring the side, but OBX gets 2 on the board to start us off. Top of the second we go. Here come the Apex. Dustin Parmalee. Parmalee, towering shot towards right field. And that is caught at the wall. What a catch by the right fielder at the wall to deny him to home run. And we'll get a strikeout here from Bendover. That'll bring up Sailor Twift. Twift. They will take a walk. And now Jody Quinn, hot hitter Jody Quinn. Jody Quinn past the second baseman. Will the runner go to third? Here they go. And they're going to be safe. Runners at the corners now for Eagle Eyes. Eagle Eyes will take a walk. And here we go. Juice's base. Wonder Franco. 2 outs. 3 on. Wonder Franco. Wonder Franco striking out, leaving all 3 runners stranded. Bottom of the second we go. OBX up still by 2. This one hit to the second baseman, and Linus Riverboat is out. Tex Walker. Walker towards left field. Walker, and that is out of here. A single run blast by Tex Walker. 425 feet, and OBX goes up now 3-0.
Out of the park.
Doug Dangler's still in the game here, as this one's going to be a base hit. And Tyler Swift getting on. Dub City now, 1 on, 1 out. Dub City, shortstop makes the play, but is unable to get anyone out. Keeping them from extra bases, though. 2 out, or 2 on now, 1 out. And this is going to be a flyout towards left field. Runner does tag at second, moving to third. Runners at the corners now. Willie Colon. Willie Colon, and this is going to be a flyout. And luckily, they're able to get out of the inning, but OBX gets 1 more. It's 3-0 now. Top of the third, Indy. Top of the order, Johnny Tsunami. Tsunami's going to get a leadoff base hit. And will they go for stolen base number 8 here? No, this one's going to go in the gap on the left side, and we might have an RBI double here. Johnny coming around. No, my goodness, what a throw. What a throw, getting Johnny out at home. Oh, my goodness, and it is still 3-0 as Johnny is denied. We're going to get a strikeout here from Jimbo Slice, and now Parmalee. Parmalee's going to fly out, and that will retire the side, denying Johnny Tsunami from able to get the run. Still 3-0 as OBX. There we go, bottom of the third.
That was a 180 cannon, my lord.
Right? Holy crap. And Bergen Cannon's going to get out, and Latoris will take a walk. Dan Halen now 1 on, 1 out. Dan Halen past the first baseman. Runner going to third. And we're going to have... Oh, no, they're coming home. What was that? Wow, a triple, an RBI triple, and they did not even try for the relay until the very last second, opting for third base instead of home. Infield playing in here, and that's going to be a 3-run blast as OBX getting a commanding lead now, 6-0. Linus Riverboat getting it done.
Out of the park.
Still only one out for OBX here. OBX, and this is going to drop in front of the right fielder. That will be a base hit as well. Tex Walker on. Here comes Swift. This one to second baseman, and the 4-6-3 double play, and they finally get out of the inning, but 3 more added as it is now 6-0. We move to the top of the 4th with Rabbit Sponge.
Well, Indy hoping they can finish the game like a Mercedes and not like a Haas, but they are driving like a Haas right now at the plate. As there's your first out as Sailor Twift steps up and is going to get tossed out at first. Quick 2 outs here. Jody Quinn trying to stay hot. Can't get that one to curve down and touch grass as that's going to be 3 out. As OBX looking to increase that lead as Dub City is going to get that one to drop in the outfield for a leadoff single. Drakenberg, that's a dribbler, but they're going to, I think, punt the throw there as that's not going to be any play, and that's going into the corner as that's going to be a double that's going to cash 1 for sure as they hold the man at third as the lead is 7-0, 2 men out, 3 outs to work with. They'll get 1 here, but another one comes in as it's 8-0 as this is turning into a rout. Litteris goes down swinging as Halen tries to keep this going as, oh, I think he might have beat that out, but they do get him at first, so they're just going to stop the bleeding at 2. Indy stepping up, hoping to get something going here. Eagle Eyes loop is not going to get down in time as that's your first out. As Funk is kind of in cruise mode here as there's your second out. It was a nice rundown by the shortstop. That's going down the first baseline though. As Mr. Tsunami is going to get himself a double. What? Could have turned into a triple, but slammed on the brakes, I guess. But a swing strikeout is going to end that as Mr. Bentley is in the game. And he will get the first out here. That's grounded out, and that's going to be tossed out at first. I just realized that the Indy inning just ended really quickly on me. A diving catch there is going to end that as those 2 innings there went pretty quickly, actually. Breakneck pace. Leadoff single here by Slice is a good start. See if we've seen some crazy innings. Did he? Oh, he got him at first.
Wow. That's
insult to injury, and that's an ouch as you can't be getting caught at this point of the game like that. That's rough. A walk here by Bendover will keep this going as Funk is heading towards 100 pitches, but he will get through the inning. Ground out by Dub City is both teams have kind of calmed down a little bit here, but it's not the time for Indy to calm down as Bentley doing well in his appearance, though. He's gotten 4 outs. Good run. Hummus, take her away.
OBX looking to get back-to-back titles. This is absolute offense from the best team in baseball and PBE baseball. It's going to be back-to-back outs for Indy. 2 outs for Franco. Franco grounds out. If it wasn't clear before this game, it's very clear now. OBX is the best team in the PBE. This is going to be a line out. Bentley's still in the game. Hasn't given up a run yet, and I just jinxed it. There's a line out for Latoris. Dan Halen with a grounder to short and a ground out. Bentley keeping them scoreless. Go top of the 8th. Johnny Tsunami. Johnny Tsunami with a base hit in left. Zach Mouse. Drawing a walk.
Uh-oh.
Jimbo Slice grounder to short, 6-4-3 double play. That's that OBX defense showing up. Deep arm, striking out, and Hunter Sky gets out of that little jam he was in. We'll go bottom of the 8th. Grounder to third, ground out, Tex Walker. 5 more outs, and they win the World Series. Tex Walker gets beamed. Dogwood in, that's a strikeout for Swift. And this is going to be a pop out to left for Dub City. Last chance for OBX, who is scoreless in Game 7. That's in the good gap for Bendover. It's going to be a leadoff double for Indy, excuse me. Sailor Twift with a runner in scoring position. Striking out looking, Flame McDonald in right now to finish this World Series. Jody Quinn with the base hit and left. Runner parking at third, Eagle Eyes. Runners on the corners. And this is going to be a pop. Oh, he dropped it! There goes your shutout. It's 8-1. And runners on first and second for Wander Franco. An error gets logged for OBX. This is deep, and it's gone. It's 8-4. Indy
Out of the
staging a little bit of a comeback here. With 1 out recorded so far, Johnny Tsunami, the leadoff batter, over 5 WAR in the regular season. Struck out looking, didn't even take a hack at it. Zach Mouse last out. Will Justin Ripspod win the for OBX? Zach Mouse, that's deep and it's gone in left center. It's 8-5.
Out of the park.
A solo shot, 442 feet off of Justin Ripspod. Game 7 is bringing it all. 70 viewers here to witness some craziness. Last out, and there's a walk. And tying run on deck for D-Parm. And another walk tying run at the plate for Ben Dover. Here we go. Ripspod. And there's going to be it. OBX is your season 27 World Series champions. Justin Ripspod gets out of the jam to win it for his team. And OBX now winning back-to-back titles, two World Series titles in franchise history. Congratulations to OBX. Absolute dominant performance on offense in this game. In the series, in the season. Ooh. Best team from start to finish. Congratulations to OBX.
I'm pretty sure with Razor and AW, you could have made diamonds with them. They were clenching so hard.
Man, that was a pretty crazy ninth. But wow, OBX got 8 runs in Game 7. Dangley getting dinged up. Doug Dingley. And bullpen tried their best, held off OBX for the rest of the game, but just too much. Dangley takes the loss. Troen and Dangley were responsible for all 8 runs. Funk with an absolute masterclass performance. Gets a player of the game for Game 7. 7 scoreless innings, 111 pitches, 8 strikeouts, 3 walks. What a game. What a performance with everything on the line for OBX. This guy just stepped in and just performed with absolute greatness. Congratulations to the whole roster.
You want to announce that one right there?
And the World Series MVP is KBK. Broke the RBI record for most RBIs in one playoff run. That's going to be KBK, your new RBI king in the playoffs for one season. Congratulations to KBK. Congratulations to the whole roster. AW, Tex Walker, M's. You got Linus Riverboat. Awesome. You got Tex Walker. I already said. You got Willie Colon, Billy Bolo, Keegan, Dub City, our casino head. The OBX Aviators, Rays and AW. Wow. Congratulations, y'all.
And I'd also like to congrats to Miss Obvious and All Bets on James. Indianapolis had a hell of a season. Faced some very stiff competition in the playoffs. Was able to hold on and only lost a few games in the first 2 series, and did a pretty convincing performance all the way through to the World Series. So congratulations as well to the Apex, making it to their first ever World Series. And unfortunately, it was a loss this time, but I do think Indianapolis has a pretty decent core moving forward, and it'll be very interesting to see if they can get back in for next season.
Well, it says a lot for the team when you look. The 2 leading batters are 2 of their youngest, right, with Eagle Eyes and Jody Quinn. I think they're doing okay if that's what you have happening in the World Series. So I think they'll be okay. Great. It's unfortunate you made it this far and you couldn't get it done. And I'm sorry, Hummus, you fell short again, but I really do feel bad for you.
Hey, GMs hit me up. Wow, my GMs, speaking of GMs, my GMs did an absolute amazing job this year. But yeah, I am a free agent. The last Out of the World Series was recorded, so it's officially free agent discussions. And if you got money and you're a contender, hey, my checkbook's open for business. I'm ready to get some contract money in my account, and yeah, should be interesting. See if contender's not found money. I mean, we'll see. If I don't get any offers, obviously I'm out see forever. But yeah, if you're a contender, you got room in the back end of your bullpen. Holler at your boy.
And we also want to congratulate DeGumpa and Moosey for winning the minor league World Series earlier. Chicago, in pretty convincing fashion, was able to hold on and win their first ever World Series after all those losses in the previous seasons. Finally able to get one, and such a great feat for them. I'm really proud of how the Kingpins have done over the past several seasons. They've always been a contender. And, since about season 23, have just really turned that whole team around, and really looking forward to see how they do next season. But congratulations again to both the Chicago Kingpins and the Outer Banks Aviators, your World Series champions for season 27. So there we go. Our season is in the books. Season 27, moving on now to Season 28, coming up next week. We have our drafts, Major League first, I believe, sometime maybe like Monday or Tuesday, I'm guessing. And then usually the minors one is about Thursday. So drafts coming up here very shortly. We should find out where our new players are going to be ending up to start off their first season in the minors, and who they're going to be playing for, the second season players who they're going to be playing for in the majors once they do get cut off. So as well, also remember to get into your championship week point task if you haven't done that yet. A lot of great new tasks from what I understand that have never been on the championship week PT before, so go check that out. Make sure you get that done. That is 10 TPE if you get that completed, so big payday there for you for season 28 to get that accomplished. So that looks like it's going to be it. We're just now waiting on the index to get updated. Let's see here. Any news on the Tahiti Classic? We still going to have that for next season?
Oh yeah. Be on the lookout. September. I'm gonna screw this up. It's in J-Sync. I'm gonna look now before I say something wrong on stream. Shout out for y'all for dealing with my sickness today.
Sound a lot better the second half.
September 21st. Okay, I was gonna say that, but September 21st, 7 p.m. Eastern. It's Tuesday before spring training. So spring training's that Thursday. We'll officially close the book on season 27 with the Tahiti Classic. $100 million on the line if you could pull off a miraculous 25 out of 25 correct. I think anybody would like 100 mil for 30 seconds of work, even the rich guys and gals. So should be fun. All
right, well, let's see here. We also have coming up the spring training week after next. A whole new season getting started. The call-up thread should be getting started here in the next day or two, and so we'll find out which players are going to be moving up to the major leagues. That's always fun. And so a lot of off-season moves coming up this season. From what I understand, a lot of players' contracts are ending at the end of season 27. So I expect a pretty big free agent market. A lot of shifts and changes for players. Franchise players that have been around on a team for maybe 6-7 seasons probably end up seeing new teams, like Andrew Oram moving over to the Raptors. So I think we're going to see a lot of big name players like that switching sides, and it'll be interesting to see how it shakes up season 28, especially with some of these teams that are still in the lower end of the leaderboard. The Surge, the Sea Serpents, the Makos, the Crabs. Be very interesting to see how the off season treats them, and if they're able to get some forward production out of that. And now we're just waiting on finding out if how the drafts are going to go as well. I do understand that there's like 3 teams that own about 10 of the picks in the first round for the majors, so that'll be very, very interesting to see how that plays out. And especially with the amount of players that came in during season 25, now that it's moving into season 28, I do expect a lot of call-ups. Maybe 25-30 call-ups is what I'm guessing across all the minor league. We'll just have to see how that goes. But across 10 teams, it's maybe 2 or 3 on average. So, a lot of players, a lot of new talent, a lot of fresh blood coming up, and season 28 looking like it's going to be pretty exciting. Any last words for us, Rapid Sponge, before we finish out here and hopefully get the sim file updated?
Honestly, great season. They've all been really great lately. It's the playoffs was a little more straightforward this year. Like the last couple of years, they've been a little more surprising with outcome, but this year's been a little straightforward. I'm interested to see, like you said, how many call-ups happen. Seattle and Buffalo, I think, have a massive amount of players they could call up. So
yes.
Who they call up will be interesting to see, or if they run it back and look for the draft. How many of those picks get traded, like you hinted? And at least for me, I'm not sure if I'll be doing spring training. I might leave it to some of the newer people, but I will be back streaming next year. For people who don't know, I'm looking very much forward to that. And I look forward to doing that with everyone here and hoping people can join the nights where I'm doing that.
Absolutely.
Stream Team Rabbit is back. By the way, I know some OBXers were trolling me, but a contender did message me, so W for me.
Nice.
And if anyone, don't check the compendium for OBX. They got a lot of money on the books. Next season should be interesting to see what they do going into next season. But to be able to win 2 rings is as good as it can possibly get in a really stacked league. So definitely super impressive run by OBX. Maybe it will continue. Maybe it won't. We shall see.
And 16 teams. I remember when we were at like 10 teams back in the day when I first joined. So it's, things have gotten a lot bigger, a lot more complex. It's not as easy to get into the playoffs as it used to be. Only half the teams get in now. And if you don't win the division, you could be in a weak division and have all sorts of trouble. It looks like here that the sim file is done. So we're going to go ahead and update the index. And let me find the link to do that real quick. And it's down here at the bottom somewhere. There it is. And there's the link. All right, we'll go ahead and click on that to unzip the file. And just waiting on it. There we go. Now we'll just go ahead and go back to the index and make sure that that got updated. And did we want to rate anybody or just sign out for the end of the season?
Give me a sec.
Sure.
Writing a congrats post for the OBX.
Absolutely. And it
Discord.
looks like index is now updated as well.
Dope. Let's see. I don't have anybody that I follow that's on. We can.
All right. Well, let's go ahead and just sign out then. Finish out the season. It's been great having everybody here. Thank you so much for joining us. Again, I'm your host, Legally Blind Gamer, as well as Rapid Sponge 21 and Hummus God. We appreciate you being with us all season long. This was stream number 9 for Hummus and I this season. So Hummus and I getting a lot of work in. Very glad to have you as my co-host, Hummus, and looking forward to having more of you on for next season.
You know what time it is. LBG.
Right.
Hummus God. Longest standing duo in the PBE broadcasting world. Rabbit's been a really nice addition. Nice little Canadian accent to spice it up for the viewers. Got some great calls mixed in there, some clever stuff. So thank you to Rabbit for being such a trooper with us. And I'm looking forward to potentially him asking me to be his co-host when he streams. So
all right.
Continued.
All right. Well, thanks again, everybody. Legally Blind Gamer, Rabbit Sponge, and Hummus God signing out for season 27. Congrats again to the Outer Banks Aviators, Chicago Kingpins, both of your World Series champions for the season. And we will see you next week for the draft for season 28. Stay tuned to our announcements channel over the next couple days, and we'll have more info on that. But again, have a great weekend, and see you next season.
All right, good night, everybody. Thank you for tuning in.